Hey guys, I hope the Ranger PvE guide actually helped you guys out a bit. So now we're going to go ahead and get into a PvP guide for Ranger. For those of you guys who don't know or just curious, I have been playing Ranger for the first 3 years of BDO. I played Ranger on NA and Korea, and so I kind of have a little bit of experience with Ranger, and I'm hoping that I can share my experience with you guys, and so you guys can get a little bit better at PvP. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoy the video. So now we're going to get into a little bit more advanced stuff for Ranger. Those were the basic skills that you ever need, the bread and butter for Ranger. And now we're going to get into a little more advanced stuff. This skill here is called Call from Sky. She does a forward kind of front flip, cartwheel kind of thing in front of her. There's a few different ways you can do so. You can use it while you're going forward. You just tap right bumper to do a forward auto attack. It kind of looks like this. I'll do it a few times so you can see. After you do that, just press A and she does it. It costs stamina, but it is a super armor and you can spam that sort of. When you're in the air, you're super armor. What that means is you cannot be CC'd. You can be grabbed, so be careful, but you cannot be CC'd. Previously, this used to be an iframe. What meant was when you were in the air, it was invulnerable. Man, those were the best days. But now they're super armor, so be very careful because you can get grabbed out of that by warriors, giants, and various classes that grab. The other way that you can do it is if you use, you have to go through your skills. Sometimes I lock this skill, but there's a dash kick. If you press right trigger and A, you're able to lock skills. When you lock it, you're not able to, when you put that key input or that command input, it won't do the skill. Like dash kick is left thumbstick up and B, but as you can see, I can't do it. Let's go ahead and unlock it so I can show you what that looks like. There we go. You can see the dash kick. A lot of players have trouble sometimes with your right bumper for Call from Sky. Sometimes the input can get a little messy and doesn't work. So the easiest way is dash kick into Call from Sky. Just be very careful. Your dash kick is very unsafe. But once you're in the air, you have super armor. Okay, so another skill is Sharp Feather. So what Sharp Feather does is uses round kick, which is your B, it's just your kick. It's a flow. After you press your kick, if you hold left trigger and right bumper, it'll use a skill called Penetrating Wind. Penetrating Wind is, when leveled up, is a very, very strong skill. You can also add Penetrating Wind to your hotbar and use it that way. Just when you use it with the flow Sharp Feather, you can spam it faster. Now, some of you guys are wondering, well, I mean, you don't really use round kick, so why would we get this? Well, there's a way to actually spam that skill without actually landing your round kick. What this flow really means, and quite a few of Ranger's skills do this as well, it's not actually looking for round kick to land, it's looking for, when you press B for your round kick, it's just looking for a hit confirm. It does not need to be round kick to land. So what that means is you can do something like, you can throw your blasting gust, press round kick, and if your blasting gust landed, it'll allow you to proc Penetrating Wind, like so. As you can see, I'll do it again. Just be very careful, because obviously if you're close, it won't work, right? But if you, as long as it works, as long as you have that kind of ample time, the travel time of blasting gust, so it lands as you use round kick, it'll count and you're able to spam it. But it doesn't just need blasting gust. There's other ways to do it. You can use it with charging wind. You can even just use it with an auto attack. Let's see if we can get one up. Like so. There's quite a few different things you can do with that, and we'll get into that in a second. The first things first, guys, I'm gonna show you guys how to do the Penetrating Wind cancel. It's pretty simple. You can use this skill, you can use this to do an almost Chances at an infinite down smash are pretty high because you're spamming 2 skills that have down smash in it, and then one of the skills you can actually use the skill add-on to have an even higher chance of down smashing. So typically this is used once you knock down the opponent, so I'm going to use Blast and Gust just to knock them down, and then I'm going to spam Penetrating Wind with Charging Wind like so. As you can see, it does a lot of damage. But there's another way you can do this to kind of incorporate other skills into it. So this next way is actually going to be a Blasting Gust shot into your Penetrating Wind cancel, into Charging Wind and Shotgun. The way this is going to work is going to use left bumper, right bumper, and you're going to go forward or backwards with your Q spam. As soon as you do that, you're then going to go and use your press B for the round kick into left trigger, right bumper for the Penetrating Wind. Afterwards, it's left trigger, right trigger, and A for Charging Wind into Shotgun. So it's like this. So we'll do this again, just to kind of give you guys a heads up on who we're using. Thank you to Rue or Dark Phantom. He actually has a pretty decent amount of gear. So what's your APDP?
AP is 114 and DP is 182.
So as you guys can see, he's pretty much very close to mine. I'm 117, 184. So it's not like I'm out gearing him by any means. It's a very strong combo. You're using essentially all the really strong skills that Ranger has all in one combo. And again, we'll show it again really quick. Oop. Now we're just going to do a typical Q spam shotgun spam kind of thing. Basically, it's just your Q into shotgun. So it's left bumper, right bumper. And after your Q spam, you can let go of left bumper. You can hold right bumper still. Press A for shotgun and then let go of A and press left bumper for Q spam. And just repeat too, like so.
Oh my gosh.
And that's the damage that does. Another thing that you can do is you can actually use Evasive Explosion from Call from Sky by pressing right trigger as you're landing and about to hit the ground. That'll proc the iframe, and if the opponent is not doing anything that's safe, like a forward guard or super armor, you'll also be able to get the stiffen on them, like so. And then if you get that, you can kind of just do your Q spam shotgun. If you land the Q, then they'll get knocked down. Another way that you can proc your Blasting Gust is through Tearing Arrow. You hold it, just press left bumper, and it'll proc Blasting Gust. So some players will do that because some people don't recognize that you can do that. So they'll be holding Tearing Arrow as kind of a bait, and as they see the opponent doing something that's unsafe, they'll use it. Or sometimes they'll just start off with Tearing Arrow into Blasting Gust. So that's just another way that you can bait into Blasting Gust. The other one that I mentioned is Pinpoint. You can use Pinpoint into Gust and into Blasting Gust, but you have to have the flow pinpointing Gust. What that does is when you use Pinpoint, you can use Blasting Gust from Pinpoint. It's just a quick way to get Blasting Gust off, and it's a bait. So some Rangers will kind of do Pinpoint into Evasive, and then just randomly throw a Blasting Gust and just random ones. They do that to kind of bait players out because you don't know they'll keep them guessing because they won't know at what point they're going to use Blasting Gust. So it's just another way to kind of bait your opponent into doing something unsafe so you can use it. And that's, for the most part, that's pretty much it. There's a lot of different things you can kind of mess around with the Ranger, but those are the main kind of combos. So something else that you can do, this is more for large scale. I'll show you a clip of me doing this skill in large scale in this and actually getting a few kills with it. Is Descending Current and Ultimate Descending Current. The way you proc Ultimate Descending Current is just holding R right bumper when you're doing Descending Current. You have to put Descending Current on the hotbar. Oh shit, where'd you go? You have to just left trigger. So I have it as left trigger and up on the D-pad, but you can put it wherever you want on the ring menu setting. Wait. Unfortunately, sometimes the ring menu setting actually gets reset when you restart the game. So sometimes you just have to make sure that you put it back on the ring menu setting. Keep in mind, ranger skills are, a lot of them do have split damage, and what that means is the more players that it hits, the less damage it does to each individual player. Because of that, you kind of gotta be very cautious. Alright, so another thing you can do is Q spam into Will of the Wind cancel. But keep in mind, doing this costs a lot of stamina. But basically, you use your Q spam to knock, and once you get them down, you Q spam in and then just Will of the Wind cancel. So like this, you kind of get them knocked down, just spam Will of the Wind, and then you can, if you know that they're going to be getting up soon, you can just end with a shotgun. So knockdowns are around 5 to 7 seconds long, depending on if the player is trying to get up or not. If the player is not touching its controller, it'll be around 7 seconds long. But when the player is touching the controller and trying to move with the, either an iframe or just moving their left thumbstick around, it'll be around 4 to 5 seconds. It's supposed to be 5 seconds, but sometimes a little early. I'm not sure if that might be because of ping issues or whatnot. But we'll just show you here. So Phantom, just try to move after I knock you down. Either with your iframe or something. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I'm going to show you without him moving. Okay, so try to move. Alright, don't move at all when I knock you down. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as you can see, it's about 7 seconds long, give or take, just depending on if there's any Ds and whatnot. If the player is not using their controller, if you're in PvP, just keep in mind after about 4 to 5 seconds is when they're gonna get up. So maybe after 3 seconds, start thinking about what you're gonna try to do to get out of range, or just try to, try to get out of the way for when they do get up. So we're gonna go ahead and let Phantom heal up, and then we're gonna try it again and see what you normally would do. Get the knockdown. About now is when you want to start, start trying to get away. Otherwise, that'll happen. They'll CC you on recovery, and it'll mess you up. So Tearing Arrow is actually a pretty solid skill if you leveled it up. If you have the extra skill points, it's worth. So we're going to show you Tearing Arrow 3, and then I'm going to show you Ultimate Tearing Arrow. So this is Tearing Arrow 3. It did, well, it took him up to the middle part of the M. And so we're going to let him heal up while we upgrade Tearing Arrow to Ultimate Tearing Arrow. And we're going to do it that way. Now we're going to get Ultimate Tearing Arrow, and now I'm going to show you what Ultimate Tearing Arrow does. It's noticeable damage.
Yo guys, so that's going to be it for the guide. I hope it was helpful to you guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me on Discord, on Twitter, or just leave a comment down below and ask any questions you guys have. For the most part, that's pretty much it when it comes to Ranger. I can't wait to see what content you guys create, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.